Hello friends, this is Dhananjay. So welcome to our third day concept. That is, I'll tell you how to create a first Android application. So before that, I will recall what I said earlier. Okay, earlier I completed what is application and what is Android operating system and what are the different platforms are there and what is architecture of Android stack, Android architecture, detailed information about that, and what are the different versions are there with a simple history. Okay, by today we will learn about what is Android application in a brief, like Android application anatomy. You can have for each and everything will have anatomy. So let's see Android application. So basically, Android applications are usually created by using Java programming language, but a new programming language also invented, that is Kotlin. You can create by using either you can use Java or Kotlin. But main here in academic, as per academic, we are using only Java programming language. Okay, and apps must import various different Android libraries. So like here. There are different libraries are there like android.jar file or maps.jar file. Okay, and for which it has telephone.jar file. Okay, contacts.jar file. There are n number of Android libraries are there, so which it imports all the libraries into that. So for each and every application will have their own libraries. So to gain the functionality, to need work inside Android operating system. So you will get one point like in Android operating system all the applications could be installed. Okay, and Android applications are made up of multiple elements, like here multiple elements such as user defined classes, Android jar files, and third party libraries, and XML files which it is defines user interfaces, or layouts, and a manifest file, and databases. Okay, and arrays, strings, and disk files. So there are a number of things, and which it has entire detailed information about files will be there, like app will be there, which it adds permissions which is requested by the app. Okay, you have to understand that. So which it imports various Android libraries, and which it is made up of multiple elements, either which it has a classes, jar files, libraries, XML files, manifest files, databases. Okay, multimedia resources like images or video, audio, and layouts. Okay, and the various applications components are given to the compiler. So to obtain a single signed and a deployable Android package, that is APK. Okay, you all know that for each and Android application which it has one format, a specified format, that is APK, Android package. Okay, Android package. APK means Android package. So for a computer or a laptop, we have to install executable files, that is exe, executable file. That is Windows operating system, right? Like in the same way, if you are downloading Android applications from Play Store, then you have to check the format called .apk file. So final product will get .apk. That means from where it will get all the APK files. So first we have to design one application front end part, and then we have to code the program. We have to code and for application we have to link all the applications, and then it automatically compiles from .java to .class file, from .class to .dex file, dex file. After getting the bytecode of the version, then it automatically deploys, or it automatically exports as APK file. You have to remember, guys, while developing an Android application, it's important to understand. So here first you have to write a Java program, .java to .class file will be converted. After .class file, it convert to .dex file, dex, which it is a bytecode version of the application. So then it finally generates APK file. that is a Android package file. Okay, like in dot class files in Java, we can have dot apk file, which is a bytecode version of application. Okay, remember these different points, like which it is inside, like that apk file which it is inside either a Dalvik virtual machine or Android runtime engine, ART. Okay, so let's see what's the difference between Dalvik virtual machine and Android runtime. So previously this is like one type of just-in-time runtime environment. So it's similar to Oracle's Java virtual machine, so which it is interprets Android bytecode only when it's needed. So like here it is not there now. Now it is not there. So now latest the newer version, introducing from like Android 4.4 in KitKat, so which it is, that is ART, Android runtime. Okay, it is an anticipatory or ahead of time environment which it compiles code before it actually needed. Okay, this is not like that in a Dalvik virtual machine. It's another environment, it's one type of environment, but comparing with the ART is the best environment for these Androids. Okay, so which it promises, like it is introduced in Android 4.4 KitKat code name. Okay, now ART promises, like it enhanced performance and battery efficiency and improved garbage collections, and it's good for debugging facilities for the program, and we can able to find easy error handling mechanism, and if there is an exceptions it gives clear report. Okay, so like there are different features for Android runtime. Let's see what are the tools for constructing Android applications. So remember we have to use one development workbench. There are 3 different ways to create Android application. So it's made up of different components. So to use IDE, that is integrated development environment, is strongly suggested to create an Android solution by using different ways. Here we can have Eclipse with ADT, Android developer tools or development tools. Okay, this is a plugin actually, and either you can use another way, that is Android Studio. By using Android Studio you can create applications, and another one we can have like NetBeans plus Android. So this is not like applicable, I mean this is not introduced, but a future it definitely it adds both ADT with NetBeans. Okay, presently you can create Android application in 3 ways, but it's working 2 ways only. One is Eclipse with ADT, and second one is Android Studio. So Eclipse with ADT means you have to download Eclipse software. So after that you have to configure ADT plugin. You have to download ADT plugin separately, which it has maybe 238 MB. You have to download that ADT plugin and you have to integrate that ADT plugin with Eclipse. Okay, so you can able to create and debug Android applications easily. So which it has SDK manager, so you will get all the libraries. So previous slide I given, right, there are different libraries, maps library, maps.jar file, location.jar files, android.jar file. There are different jar files that will be there in API libraries. Okay, so you can get all those different things if you configure ADT plugin. So one more way also it is there, that is Android Studio. That is a new Android and only Android which it has a good development environment, which it is based on IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, here it's mainly it's a good for Android application development, but for your syllabus you will have like Eclipse plus ADT is given. But I'll give a clear picture, and I will work out on Android Studio. Okay, but it's very easy to installation, or if you want to do an applications also. Okay, now let's see what's the installation, how to install Android SDK and installation of Android Studio. Okay, Before that, let's see one look of a typical layout of Eclipse with ADT for Android development. So this is Eclipse here. You will get Eclipse software. In that, we will have here one is ADT plugin will be there. Okay, this is SDK manager. This is emulator actually. This is emulator. This is SDK manager. Combination ADT plugin will be there. Okay, so Android SDK, Android SDK manager will be there, and here virtual device manager, that is AVD, will be there, to which it has all the configurations like an emulator mobile phone like that, which it is there. Okay, if you install Eclipse, you have to configure ADT, then only you will get SDK tools. Without SDK, you can't able to execute the program also. You can't able to get all the libraries which it is related to your application. So you have to remember that point. Okay, we will see later what is DDMS and Dalvik debugging monitoring system, that is. Okay, and see a look of like Android Studio. So how Android Studio it will be there. Just now I given, right, two different things, we will work on it, but as per syllabus you given Eclipse with ADT, but we will focus on Android Studio only. Okay, so here this is a look of a layout of Android Studio like this. Everything will be there, entire package, maybe 1 GB or 1.5 GB will be there for Android Studio. So for you can while installing, please connect your internet connection, then only it's easy to install all the updates. Okay, this is one view like layout of Android Studio. Okay, now let's see how to install and how to download like Android Studio. Before that, we'll see Eclipse format. Okay, how like Eclipse with AD will be there. Okay, now let's see here you have to download latest Java, that is JDK. Okay, first you have to download Java. Without Java software it won't accept it. Okay, first you have to download one Java software. So I given this here, one link is there I given, right, you can download it from there. And then after that you have to download Eclipse software, that is Eclipse IDE. After that you can have like you have to configure ADT plugin. You have to configure ADT plugin. So I'll show you that in the next slide. But before that, you have to update the older Android workbench. You have to update your older Android workbench. So I'll show you that. So here this is the phase, like Android users can so you already installed Eclipse, so you have to download ADT with SDK and ADT. Okay, here one SDK, if you want to download SDK tools, you have to download from this website developer.android.com/sdk/index.html. you will get one zip folder. You have to download it. After downloading that, you have to install one you have to create one folder, and in that you can paste it there. Okay, second step, after installing Eclipse, after downloading and extracting SDK, download ADT plugin. How you can able to download that ADT plugin means, first start Eclipse, and on top of that you will have help menu. Click on help menu. You will get install new software. Click on that. You will get one window. Which it has like a add button on top right corner. Click on add button, and you will get another window again, so which it has two different text boxes. In that you have to give a name as ADT plugin, and you will have your location. For location will be there, or any URL. You have to give this URL dl-ssl.google.com/android-eclipse. Okay, after entering the URL, click on OK button, and again you will get one window. You have to check you will get developer tools there. After getting developer tools, you have to click on checkbox and click next and finish. Okay, so after clicking next and finish, you will get all the upgradations like updates that will be get from internet. Okay, after that finally if it is completed, then open again a window menu on top of that toolbar. On clicking window you will get preferences. Okay, if you click preferences you will get one window. On that you have to select Android. Okay, on left side you will get Android option. Click on Android option and choose the SDK location. Choose the SDK location. In that location you have to attach or you have to browse the directory where you extracted SDK. Okay, and then after selecting that, click apply and OK. Then with Eclipse the Android is perfectly workable. Okay, I'll repeat once again guys, it's very simple steps. First you have to download Java software. After that you have to download Eclipse software, and now you have to download two things again. One is ADT and another one is software development kit. Okay, and some features will be there in ADT itself, which it is related to Android SDK. Okay, so that we have to download, how many you have to download? 4. One is Java, another one is Eclipse, another one is ADT, another one is SDK, if you want to create applications through Eclipse. Okay, so now we downloaded only JDK and Eclipse. Now we have to open after completing, like after opening Eclipse software. After opening Eclipse software, then minimize it and open open this website through Chrome. Okay, and download SDK tools for Windows, and create one folder and name it as Android-SDK. Extract it. Okay, it automatically extract that, right? After that, now we installed Eclipse, we installed Java, and then we downloaded and extracted SDK software. Now we have to configure ADT now. So to configure ADT, you have to open Eclipse software and then click on help menu and click on install new software. You have click on add button on top right corner and type their ADT plugin as a name, and then location, apply this location and click on developer tools. Click check boxes there and click next and finish. It automatically upgrades from an internet. Okay, and then to configure the ADT plugin, we installed properly. Now we have to configure. So we are seeing like 4th step. So here we can have window again. Click on window option, click on preferences. There you will have Android on left panel. Click on Android, and to set up like a SDK location, you have to browse the location there and attach the location. You click on apply and OK. It automatically is installed and configured SDK, ADT, Eclipse with Java. Now your Android Android application you can able to create easily by using Eclipse. Okay, and this is how you will get on good look and feel like that. Let's see, before going to creating a your first Android application, let's see how you can able to install in Android Studio. Okay, up to now we observe how to install in Eclipse, how to install Android in Eclipse. Let's see in let's see in how to install in Android, pure Android. Okay, Android Studio, how to install Android Studio. So for that also same thing. So if you are using either you can use Eclipse or either you can use Android Studio. You have to remember that. Okay, first if you are using Android Studio, if you want to go for Android Studio, then you have to download latest version of JDK. So given like JDK 8. Okay, you have to download JDK 8. After downloading that, the resolution should be there like 1280 into 800 resolution. Check that, and minimum of 4 GB. Minimum of 4 GB that should be there. Okay, and one more thing, either you can use 32-bit or for 64-bit. So better to use for 64-bit. Why? Because it's suitable for 64-bit too. So if your laptop or a computer you have like 32-bit, then you have to install this. After that you have to use another like emulator. You have to download separate emulator. If you are using 64-bit, no need to download separate emulator. It automatically it will be there in Android Studio. I will give you in a practical way, don't worry guys. But remember, if your operating system is 64-bit, then download this software and install it, no problem. No need to get external emulator. Okay, if you are having 32-bit operating system, at that time you have to download separate Android emulator. I will tell you what is emulator, don't worry. But remember, 4GB RAM should be there minimum, and JDK 8 version should be there, and good resolution will be there. Okay, and 64-bit. Now first step 1, let's see first step 1. So download Android Studio from this website URL, developer.android.com/studio. Okay, so if you click on that, you will get Android Studio. Like that you will get one website. Click on download Android Studio, which it has 749 MB like that. This is a 3.6 version. And double click on that executable file, that is step 3. Now this Android Studio IDE, it's step 3. So you will get like this, right? You will get one folder. After downloading that, you will get that. After double clicking on that, you will get step 4. I'll click on next button. After clicking next button, you will get step 5, which it has like you have to select Android virtual device, AVD. AVD nothing but if you want to configure a emulator, like if you want to, so you are creating one application. That application will works on Samsung mobile phone, and the same application will work on Nokia, like a Redmi, and the same application will be work on Oppo mobile phone. Like that, if you want to configure different mobile phone versions, like a different mobile phone configuration, then you have to check Android virtual device. Android virtual device is responsible for creating the configuration for your mobile phones. Okay, emulator means emulator is a widget. It will run all the Android applications. That is the difference. Okay, I'll give brief information about, don't worry, but here you have to check Android virtual device. Okay, and then after now browse the location where you install, where you want. So in which location you want to install Android Studio. Okay, so here you have to browse it. Either you can use C drive, or by default it chooses C drive. You can change the location H2 or F like that, and click on next button. After that you will get click on install. It automatically installs there. After successful installing, just you will get the next button again. Click on finish. It automatically starts. Now Android Android welcome screen will be appear on the screen. So this is how Android Studio installed. Okay, now let's see the configuration part here. So you'll get Android Studio setup wizard. So click on next button. So see here you will have like the Android Studio. By using Android Studio you can create Android application for mobile phone, for smartwatches, for laptop or a desktop or a cars, like that. Okay, let's see, click on standard option. So you are a beginner, right? So you can use a standard version, not like another customized version. So you can choose a standard version there and click on next button. And here you will get two different themes, UI themes. One is light theme and like a Darkula theme. Either you can use either you can use light or Darkula. Okay, your wish. That's your wish. That's a theme. That's not a problem. You can choose any one of that and click on next and click on finish. So after finishing, you will get verification settings, like which it has total downloaded size is 465 MB, which it has Android emulator, Android SDK tools, Android SDK platform tools, and emulator accelerator, and patch applier, and then sources of Android. So these many different SDK components will be downloaded at the time of installing Android Studio. So this is very important step, guys. Remember, while you are installing Android Studio, your net should be there, proper net should be there. Okay, after just while installing, it downloads all the latest updates, SDK platform tools, SDK build tools, emulator, everything will be download from an internet. Okay, click on finish button. After clicking finish button, finally it checks for all the upgrades. After that you will get the window, congratulations, Android Studio has been successfully installed in your system, and you can go for Android Studio project. Like that you will get this type of window. If anybody is facing any problem while downloading, please ask me, I'll clarify how to install it properly, don't worry. Okay, this is the very simple process. While like if you are using Android Studio, it's very simple process. If you are using Eclipse, then it's a bit difficult. Why? Because you have to configure it, right? So that but here in Android Studio, this is the latest version, is like either you can have 3.6.1. okay, now let's see how to create emulator. So just now I given, right, emulator is one type of mobile device which it is a virtual environment, virtual device. So all the applications should be installed in all the applications will run in emulator only. And then how to create emulator. So to create emulator, we have to go for tools menu. In the tools menu, click on Android. On that you will have AVD manager. Okay, AVD manager will be there, Android virtual device manager. So this is like click on create a virtual device button. You will get a create virtual device button. After clicking on that, you have to choose either phone or a tablet. So in you are creating, right, you are creating an application. So for that application, which handheld device you are supporting, either phone or tablet or wear TV. So select phone now. So I selected phone and Galaxy Nexus. Okay, after that, so you have to choose API level of your Android operating system, either KitKat or Lollipop or Jelly Bean. Okay, so focus on Android requires API level of 15 or higher. From 15 to higher you have to choose. Either you can use Jelly Bean, or you can use Lollipop, or you can use KitKat. Okay, after that then better to verify emulator settings, otherwise changes of entire settings will be lost. Okay, this is very important step here. So for Android virtual device, give a name, and Nexus 5 API level 22. So API level 22 I taken, it gives one sample name. Either you can rename it also, you can use your name also, no problem. Okay, and then which it is a Lollipop version, API level 22, and portrait. This is not landscape, right? This is a portrait. And then click on finish button. After finishing, you will get a emulator in AVD. Here it is a emulator. Now an Nexus 5 API 22, which it has a resolution, and which a target is Google APIs, Google. Okay, now which it uses RAM size 652 MB, like that. Okay, after launching, if you double click on that, you will get another window which it is a displays like this. So if which it has two things, running device and a launch emulator. Running device means already emulator is there, you can choose this one, or you can use launch emulator. Okay, after clicking OK button, you will get emulator completely. So I'll show you how emulator will be look like. Okay, this is how the Android installation, like Android Studio installation in your laptop or a computer. Okay, you have to remember these different steps. Okay, let's see continuation part, how to create your first Android application. And before that, let's see how to create a virtual device, Android virtual device. This is the emulator, guys. This is the emulator. through Eclipse. This is a tablet related honeycomb. Here this is ice cream 4.1 like emulator. This is also one type of emulator. This is one type of emulator. This is also one type of emulator. A gingerbread version. This is ice cream sandwich, and this is honeycomb. These are the different emulators. By these are the different emulators you can use. You can execute Android applications. Okay, this is through Eclipse. This is through. Previously we saw Android Studio installation with creating AVD. Here we are seeing like how to set up AVD. Okay, so in a brief information how to create AVD here. See here you will get and after opening Eclipse you will get AVD manager. You will get AVD manager. Click on that. Click create button. After creating button you will get create wizard. Here you have to remember all the different points like AVD name, device, target, CPU, keyboard, skin, front camera, back camera, everything you have to configure in Eclipse. But where in Android Studio also same features will be there, but advanced features will be there. It's predefined. Here the same name Android API level 19 or KitKat. Either you can use your name also, no problem. Okay. And here you have to choose the device. Here I will get devices list Nexus 4, Galaxy, okay, or like different mobile phone models you will get in a device menu. Okay, target means where in which like so already you installed, right? Already you installed SDK, right? Okay, so it based on the index you will get Android versions like 4.4 or 4.1 or 9.0 or 8.0, 11, like that you will get all the versions with API level in a target. Okay, you have to, so while creating Android virtual device in Eclipse you have to set device name and target name. You have to use CPU also. Okay, Intel Atom. Okay, like that you have to choose the list will be there, you have to choose it. And the skin that's not applied, click on none, no problem. Front camera, if if you are like a device, virtual device have any front camera or back camera, if you are setting, then you can use front camera or back camera, otherwise you can use none. And the RAM minimum given like 768 and heap size 64, internal storage maybe 200, like that, and click OK. Okay, so SDK size like 9 MB, that's the minimum he given in Eclipse. Okay, click on OK. It automatically creates one AVD. So you will get AVD in here. Okay, this is now click on this. After click on this you will get start button. Click on start button, the emulator will work. Okay, this is how you can able to create in Eclipse. Okay, through AVD manager, choose emulator. These are all called emulators. But for each and every emulator will have different configurations. Those different configurations you can create by using Android virtual device. Okay, after clicking start button you will get this emulator. Now this is an example of Android virtual emulator, device virtual emulator. Okay, you know, right, these different status bar, this is a notification line, you will get notification, all notifications, and this is a camera part, volume, power, okay, search, back, menus, home. Okay, this is a launcher pad. How your mobile phone will look like, the same way you will get Android emulator in your laptop. Okay, so by using these you can execute all the application, but remember you no need to call possibility is not there, and SMS possibility is not there in a laptop. Remember that.